Bring all of you to the one-day workshop and now to its inaugural session. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, NIELIT is the HRD arm of the Department of Communications and IT, and towards taking the vision of the Government of India towards using ICT as a major tool towards empowering people, reaching out to the people at the last mile, extending transparency, accountability, educating people. NIELIT has been extending many courses, in fact, a repertoire of courses which are in the areas of electronics, e-governance, ESDM, telecommunications, and cyber security. And these courses are both in the formal as well as in the non-formal sector. These courses are for everyone. They are for the common man. They are for the people who are working and looking forward to further honing their skills. They are for the government officials, and they are also for people who are further wanting to educate themselves and inform themselves. And further, ladies and gentlemen, subsequent to the amalgamation of Deity Society, NIELIT today is a mega society. It has a wider mandate. It is a wider body. And under this, as you all know, it was initially known as DOEC. It is now known as NIELIT. So under this wider mandate, it has come out with new initiatives, new programs. It has underwent agreements and memorandum of understanding with various departments, organizations, governments. So the main aim and the objective of this meet, this workshop, is to create awareness, to educate and to inform the various stakeholders of NIELIT about these various programs and initiatives which are being taken by NIELIT, apart from its flagship courses, which you all know are in the level O, A, B, C, and also towards the mass literacy programs, which are the CCC programs, which it is running with its trading partners. Further, you also know that NIELIT is a premier institution which is towards accreditation of institutes, towards conducting examinations and also extending certificates. And through this workshop, we are also aiming to bring to the forefront the work which is being done by the NIELIT centers across the country, and it is also a platform for the NIELIT centers, the directors and the people who have joined us today, to impress upon the policymakers. We have been joined by the Honorable Minister and distinguished dignitaries from the various departments, to impress upon them the issues or the challenges or concerns or problems which you all have, and collectively we can all look forward to solutions towards addressing it. So we hope that this workshop is in the interest and in the benefit of all present here. And at the outset, NIELIT would like to place its heartiest thanks and welcome the Honourable Minister and the distinguished dignitaries present on the dais. So may I request and invite Shri M.I. Siddiqui, Registrar NIELIT, for his welcome address.
Thank you. गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीबॉडी। आज नाइलेट के लिए खुशी का मौका है कि यह नेशनल लेवल वर्कशॉप तकरीबन 7-8 सालों के वक्फे के बाद एक बार फिर आयोजित की जा रही है। सबसे ज़्यादा खुशी और मुसर्रत की बात यह है कि इस वर्कशॉप का उद्घाटन रेस्पेक्टेड आली जनाब श्री कपिल सिब्बल जी, संचार एवं सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्री भारत सरकार के द्वारा हो रहा है। सर, जब से आपने मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन आईटी का कार्यभार संभाला है, इसकी कारकर्दगी में 4 चांद लग गए हैं और यह वर्कशॉप भी आपके मार्गदर्शन में आयोजित की जा रही है। सर, डीआईटी एंड नाइलेट की तरफ से हम खुशी का इजहार करते हैं और आपका दिल की गहराइयों से स्वागत करते हैं। मैं मिस न्यूली से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि वे माननीय मंत्री जी का बुके प्रेजेंट करके स्वागत करें। शुक्रिया। वी आल्सो वेलकम श्री जे सत्यनारायण जी, सेक्रेटरी डीआईटीआई एंड वाइस चेयरमैन गवर्निंग काउंसिल एंड चेयरमैन मैनेजमेंट बोर्ड नाइलेट। सर, आपकी समय समय पर नाइलेट को गाइडेंस मिलती रहती है और आपने ही हमें यह वर्कशॉप करने के लिए प्रेरित किया है। आपका इस मंच पर बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। मैं मिस मधु से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि वे सत्यनारायण जी का बुके प्रेजेंट करके स्वागत करें। थैंक यू। मुझे एन रविशंकर जी, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट टेलीकॉम का स्वागत करते हुए अत्यंत खुशी हो रही है। श्री रविशंकर जी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी विभाग में जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी एवं एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी के पद पर कार्य करते हुए नाइलेट की एक्टिविटी से जुड़े हुए थे। ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम डीओसी सोसाइटी से नाइलेट करने के लिए सुझाव भी श्री रविशंकर जी ने ही दिया था और माननीय मंत्री जी ने एवं चेयरमैन नाइलेट गवर्निंग काउंसिल ने इस नाम को पसंद किया और अप्रूव कर दिया। श्री रविशंकर जी ने थोड़े समय के लिए नाइलेट के चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर का अतिरिक्त कार्यभार भी संभाला है। सर, नाइलेट आपका तहे दिल से स्वागत करता है और हम आशा करते हैं कि आप समय समय पर हमारा मार्गदर्शन करते रहेंगे। मैं मिस आरती से दरख्वास्त करूंगी वे जनाब रविशंकर जी को फूलों का गुच्छा देकर स्वागत करें। थैंक यू। हमारे बीच श्री राजीव गाबा जी, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट भी उपस्थित हैं। श्री राजीव गाबा जी नाइलेट को कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग थ्रू ई गवर्नेंस में काम करने के लिए समय समय पर प्रोत्साहित करते रहते हैं। सर, हम आपका नाइलेट परिवार की तरफ से अभिनंदन करते हैं। मैं मिस भारती से रिक्वेस्ट है कि वे सभी श्री गाबा जी को बुके प्रदान करके स्वागत करें। इस वर्कशॉप को इस पैमाने पर ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए जिस व्यक्ति ने पूरा कार्यक्रम बनाया और आज ये पूरा हो रहा है, वह है नाइलेट के प्रबंध निदेशक एवं मुख्य कार्यकारी अधिकारी डॉक्टर अश्विनी कुमार शर्मा जी। सर, हम आपका स्वागत करते हैं और आशा करते हैं कि जिस विजन के साथ यह वर्कशॉप ऑर्गेनाइज की जा रही है, इंशाअल्लाह हम इसमें कामयाब होंगे। अब मैं मिस सलमा से दरख्वास्त करता हूं कि वे डॉक्टर शर्मा जी का बुके प्रेजेंट करें। धन्यवाद। इस मौके पर इलेक्ट्रॉनिकी एवं सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग के वरिष्ठ अधिकारी तथा इस विभाग के अंतर्गत वेरियस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अधिकारी भारी संख्या में उपस्थित हैं। नाइलेट की तरफ से आप सबका स्वागत करते हैं। नाइलेट के कार्यकलापों में का सहित मार्गदर्शन करने के लिए इलेक्ट्रॉनिकी एवं सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी उद्योग से काफी मात्रा में प्रतिनिधि आज यहां आए हैं। मैं नाइलेट की ओर से आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि आज का यह कार्यक्रम आज आप अपना पूरा सहयोग करके सफल करेंगे। DOE-ACC स्कीम के अंतर्गत OABC लेवल्स के कोर्सेज को एग्जीक्यूट करने में नाइलेट के पार्टनर्स, एक्रेडिटेड इंस्टीट्यूट्स के प्रतिनिधि काफी संख्या में इस वर्कशॉप में भाग लेने के लिए देश के कोने कोने से पधारे हैं। मैं आप सभी का नाइलेट की तरफ से स्वागत करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि आज यह वर्कशॉप आप और नाइलेट के लिए एक नया आयाम खड़ा करेगी, जिसे हम मिलजुल कर पूरा करने के लिए निरंतर प्रयास करते रहेंगे। हमारी मीडिया, चाहे वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया हो या प्रिंट मीडिया, इनका योगदान देश की उन्नति में नजरअंदाज नहीं किया जा सकता। आज की इस सभा में इतनी संख्या में प्रेस मीडिया के प्रतिनिधियों का सम्मिलित होना यह प्रदर्शित कर रहा है कि वे देश की उन्नति में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एंड आईटी की अहम भूमिका को महसूस करते हैं। डीआईटी एंड नाइलेट की तरफ से आप सभी मीडिया प्रतिनिधियों का स्वागत है और यह उम्मीद की जाती है कि आप इस वर्कशॉप का कवरेज करेंगे और कल के समाचार पत्रों एवं टेलीविजन के माध्यम से इस वर्कशॉप के उद्देश्यों और उपलब्धियों को ईमानदारी के साथ देश की जनता, खास तौर से स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी और रूरल यूथ तक पहुंचाने के लिए भरसक कोशिश करेंगे। आपके इस सहयोग के लिए हम आभारी रहेंगे। अंत में एक बार फिर मैं इज्जत माब मिनिस्टर साहब, सचिव महोदय जी, डायस पर उपस्थित विशिष्ट व्यक्तिगण, एक्रेडिटेड इंस्टीट्यूट के प्रतिनिधि, डीआईटी एवं अन्य विभागों के अधिकारीगण तथा प्रेस मीडिया का स्वागत करता हूं। शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद।
सिद्दीकी साहब जी का धन्यवाद। और देवियों सज्जनों, हम सभी का अपने विश्वास में और हमारी आस्था में हम सभी का ये मानना है कि किसी भी कार्य की शुरुआत यदि ईश्वर के नाम से की जाए, ईश्वर की स्तुति से की जाए, तो वो अवश्य सफल होता है। So we now have the invocation as we extend our prayers to Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom. For that, I would like to invite the group from Bal Gandharv.
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सरस्वती महाभागे विद्ये कमललोचने विश्वरूपे विशालाक्षी विद्यां देहि नमोस्तुते विद्यां देहि नमोस्तुते। भद्रकाल्यै नमो नित्यं सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदांग वेदांत विद्यास्थानेभ्यः एव च। सामे वसतु जिह्वायां वीणा पुस्तकधारिणीं मुरारी वल्लभा देवी सर्वशुक्ला सरस्वती सर्वशुक्ला सरस्वती देवी श्वेतपद्मासना देवी श्वेतपद्मासना श्वेतपुष्पशोभिता श्वेताम्बरधरा नित्या श्वेतगन्धानुलेपना देवी श्वेतपद्मासना देवी श्वेतपद्मासना। श्वेताक्षसूत्रहस्ता च श्वेतचन्दनचर्चिता श्वेतवीणाधरा शुभ्रा श्वेतालङ्कारभूषिता वन्दिता सिद्धगन्धर्वैरर्चिता सुरदानवै पूजिता मुनिभिः सर्वैर्ऋषिभिः स्तूयते सदा सर्वैर्ऋषिभिः स्तूयते सदा। देवी श्वेतपद्मासना देवी श्वेतपद्मासना।
Thank you. NIELIT, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, it is taking the skills and the knowledge to the doorstep of the people. And after we have invoked the blessings of the goddess of knowledge and wisdom, we now light the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. Would like to request the Honourable Minister to kindly light the lamp, marking the auspicious beginning of our discussions and deliberation and the task which we have taken. Would like to also request our other distinguished dignitaries on the dais to kindly join in the auspicious act. And in fact, this is, as I said, the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. And as you can see also, it is being lit. The wick is being passed from one person to another. that represents the sharing of knowledge. And that's symbolic and importance of lighting this lamp. Thank you to the Honourable Minister and our distinguished dignitaries for initiating this auspicious act. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to apprise you about the role of NIELIT and the various initiatives which are being taken by NIELIT, both in the fields of extending good governance and also towards the improvement of the service delivery mechanism, and also to let you apprise you more about the workshop which we have today. May I request and invite Dr. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, Managing Director of NIELIT. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sharma has been associated with the IT industry now for almost 29 years, with wide experience in planning and execution of IT and e-governance projects, which also include capacity building as one of its components. I would like to request and invite him to kindly apprise us about the role of NIELIT.
Thank you. Respected and Honorable Minister for Communication and Information Technology, Shri Kapil Sibal Saab. Respected Secretary, DIT, Shri J. Satyanarayan Saab. Respected USO Fund, Department of Telecommunication, Shri Ravi Shankar Sir. Respected Additional Secretary, DIT, Shri Rajiv Gova Sir. Senior officers from DIT and other organizations. Our guests from various parts of the country. Representative from media, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I in person and on behalf of NIELIT as a CEO, welcome all the dignitaries on the dais, distinguished guests from various parts of the countries, from various departments, institutes, and media, and ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely thankful to the Honorable Minister, Secretary DIT, Administrator Yusuf, Additional Secretary EGOB, for sparing their valuable time to be with us on this auspicious day. It is a great moment for us that today we have visionaries, experts from respective fields, and policymakers to have discussions in various sessions which have been informed just now, and I am sure that we will come out with a solution which can be a win-win situation for all accredited institutes who are our partners throughout the country, and also for the citizens in terms of building their capacity in new technology and as a whole for the society in the country. I would like to inform that erstwhile DOIC Society was established in the year 1994 with a team size of around 45 employees, which had a turnover of around 1.5 crore in year 1994. In the beginning, we were running AICTE approved courses titled O level, A level, B level through our accredited institutes, which were accredited by a committee of experts from the respective field. In the year 2002, Government of India took a decision and two RCCC, which were part of NIC and Center of Electronics and Design Technology of India, they were merged with DOIC Society to make it a mega society called DOIC, which had its presence at 21 locations and around 1,800 employees. The objective of this mega society has been training and running of formal courses in the field of IT and electronics. Besides this, few of the centers, they were engaged in data processing job and consultancy and for self-sustainability. That was one of the reasons. In the year 2011, with a view to broaden the spectrum of the society, the name of DOIC Society was changed to National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, that is NIELIT, with the aim that it will be an apex organization in the country in the field of capacity building and training in IT and electronics sector. During the last 29 years of my industrial experience, I have been associated with execution of multiple projects in the field of IT and e-governance, and even I have headed organizations in the field of IT in Government of Rajasthan for almost 8 years. And I do understand that ownership of the project is one of the important parameter or criteria which decides the failure or success of the project. And the ownership of the project comes when the end user or the department for which the application is being developed or the implementing authority is well aware about the project and has got a proper knowledge of the subject and activity, which means directly or indirectly capacity building comes in picture, which says that training of, and this is one of the reasons that we thought we need to share have a workshop where we can share our business partners about our vision, about various activities which we are taking up or which we plan to take up in near future. Because time is changing. There is a change in the technology, there is a change in the demand. Now, basically, we have been running some courses. Now we have to diversify to multiple courses, meeting to the requirement of the country. This workshop is the first workshop after constitution of the Mega Society, that is almost after 10 years. And thus it was very essential to share our new initiatives which have been taken up under the leadership of the Honorable Minister, under the leadership of the Secretary DIT, under the leadership of senior officers from the DIT. To keep our stakeholders well versed and with new activities, we have started a concept of quarterly newsletter which was unveiled by the Honorable Minister on 3rd October and which has been provided to you as a third copy of that newsletter in your workshop material also. During the last few years, number of qualifiers in OAB have gone down. This year it is 30,000 as compared to 46,000. But we have made our efforts to meet our targets in other courses, and I am pleased to say that against the target of 2.09 lakhs, we could go for a capacity building of around 4.09 lakhs in different courses, although not in OAB, but other courses like CCC, BCC, other formal courses, where the students have undergone training in IT and ICT courses. This all has been possible because of the teamwork of NIELIT, our partnering partners throughout the country, and of course blessing from the DIT and other ministries who have imposed the confidence on us for taking up the training down the line to the citizen. Here I would like to brief to the audience that during the last few months or last few duration, we have taken a major initiatives which need to be shared with the stakeholders and for their valuable feedback so that corrective action can be taken up and our activities can be further improved upon. These new initiatives include delivery of online services to students, accredited institutes and experts through a new web portal which was recently launched by the Honorable Minister on 25th March. These services will also be available through CSC kiosk in accordance with the MOU signed with CSC SPB in October 2012. Not only this, NIELIT institutes have been given the status of kiosk for delivery of G2C services, and this will provide service charges to our partners as per the law of the land, and this will also provide a broader gateway to the citizens for availing the services and more revenue to institutes, of course. I am again thankful to DIT and CSC SPB for accepting our request for issuance of government order. We do understand that it is very important for us to bring literacy in the remote areas as various services which are being promoted by the DIT or by the different state governments for e-governance need to be reached to the villagers who are in the village areas, and this is only possible when they are aware what are the services being rendered, how to use the particular portal, how to use the particular facility being made available. Again, this calls for capacity building. We are trying that we'll use the CSC windows for multiplying our reach to the large end of the country. To ensure that we take up our courses at all the citizens throughout the country, we have designed our courses in 22 Indian languages, and these courses, that is a basic computer course that has been uploaded on the website of NIELIT, which is available free of cost. I do remember that during the launching of the NIELIT website, Honorable Minister for Communication and Information Technology mentioned that CCC course is one of the well-known courses in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. I am sure that with the efforts of our partnering institutes, our team in centers, we will be in a position to create same impact in other states and where NIELIT courses will come out with flying colors. For empowering of the women in the rural areas, we have taken up a project from DIT for empowering 25,000 women for IT literacy. Looking to the concerns of Jammu and Kashmir, we are even conducting lectures of IIT Mumbai through video conferencing on demand basis. We are trying to provide better bandwidth to our centers. We are thankful to NIC for agreeing for extending the NCAN connectivity to our center, imparting training and courses in formal and non-formal course sector. We do understand that employability is one of the requirements of the youth, and to provide opportunities to the young regarding employability, we have provided a linkage with VBox for assessment of yourself, which will result in enhancing the employability. Let me share with you the data that during last 7 days, around 650 students have applied for that, and out of that, around 12 have crossed 60%, which is a mandate for the employability. So the centers and the partnering institutes have to play a major role in ensuring that the students who are coming out with the courses, they go through this test and enhance their employability. We are also in the process of launching a placement portal, which is under testing and will be released by the end of this month or maybe next month, first week, which will provide a platform to candidates passing out NIELIT courses and even to other students for providing a linkage between the employer and the candidate. Looking to the market demand, we have also diversified in courses like ITS BPO for customer care and banking services, and we have done one similar course in Pondicherry, which has been very much appreciated by the government of Pondicherry. NIELIT centers have been running multiple short-term courses, and these courses were basically varying from a period of 1 month to 12 months, and basically were run in different curriculum with different course structure. We have taken a decision, rather we have standardized the courses. We are likely to launch those courses also. They are in the different fields which include cloud computing, CVT repair, mobile repair, Android development like this. And we are planning that those 15 courses, they will be routed through our center partners so that they also get revenue, and also we are able to make our youth more employable. Government of India and state governments have been putting their best efforts for implementation of e-governance projects so as to ensure the delivery of services in a transparent and more economical way is delivered to the doorstep of the citizen. E-governance is one of the major components of good governance, but to reap the fruits of this, it is very essential that citizens are made aware that how to use these services. Looking to the volume of the business and vision of the government, recently we have diversified into the capacity building in the field of e-governance. In December 2012, we conducted training for the Honorable Cabinet of the Bihar, and in January 2013, we conducted a training for the government servants of Government of Delhi. Not only this, with the valuable support of Shri Rajiv Govaji, Additional Secretary DIT, and Shri Rajendra Kumarji, Joint Secretary DIT, we have taken up a business for training of central government employees on pilot basis from the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, Government of India. Sir, here I would like to mention that Master E-Governance Training Program was conceived in the year 2006. This is what I understand. And for the last 6 years, department has been trying to get it implemented. It is the NIELIT who took the initiative, and we took up this as a challenge, and we conducted 2 batch each for G1 and G2, and which has been well appreciated. Even now we are open through our centers, through our accredited partners, to take up this training throughout the country. And even if not the e-gov high-end training, at least the ICT training, which is a basic training for e-governance projects. We have also diversified in the field of online examination for recruitment. Recently, we conducted the online recruitment examination for Director General Civil Aviation through the software developed by NIC, and the efforts put in by NIELIT were appreciated, and based on the performance, even they have given us the second batch of exam, which is likely to be conducted in the month of May. Why I am mentioning over here, the basic purpose is that these exams need infrastructure in remote area and different locations throughout the country. So I welcome suggestions, and I request the partners who are in the country to share their infrastructure as required for conduction of these courses. Not only this, even the DIT has entrusted us with the responsibility of recruitment of various posts in DIT and its attached offices. Already details have been made available on the website of different organizations. This is also one of the sectors where we are expecting support from partnering institutes for providing infrastructure to take up online examinations. Recently, our Chandigarh Center has even got an order from the government of Himachal Pradesh for providing teachers, IT teachers in the schools, and also for training of the students, which means a business of around 20 crore rupees in the Himachal Pradesh. And I am sure in case we multiply throughout the country, it will become a big volume of business, because shortage of IT teachers is definitely one of the major constraints in capacity building of the youth who are in the schools. Our CCC course has become one of the mandate courses for employability and promotion in few of the states. We request to DIT to issue, in case possible, guidelines to all states getting fund from the DIT to make it a compulsory in other states also. I will mention that states like Jharkhand has taken one of the step further, and even they have linked this passing of the CCC course with the increment of the employees. This is a very, very good initiative, which will make, because see, until unless we make the system-driven things, it is very difficult to implement. And today we shall be signing an MOU in the presence of the Honorable Minister with the Government of Jharkhand for conducting online examination during this workshop. Looking to the demand of the market, we have also diversified in the capacity building in the field of cyber crimes, setting up forensic lab and intellectual property rights, because these are the few sectors which are in heavy demand and which needs to be taken up in case we need to take up the e-Gov project throughout the country. Already 3 forensic labs have been established in Jammu, Kashmir and Guwahati with the support of DIT. Recently, we have entered in an MOU with Ministry of Corporate Affairs for setting up a forensic lab in Delhi for serious fraud investigation offices and also for their capacity building. For having permanent centers in Northeast at 10 locations as per the directions of the Honorable Cabinet, we have recently finalized the project management consultancy and execution agency. Now we will have a presence in Northeast also. I must mention that NIELIT is not only in the field of capacity building, it has taken up multiple other consultancy and field projects also, one of which include prestigious project of National Population Register, which is related with digitization of demographic data of citizens for 15 states and 2 union territories awarded to NIELIT on behalf of DIT. This project is in the final end of closing, and we have already handed over data of 7 states out of the 15 states to in urban zones, and almost in 8 other states they have been handed over partially. In nutshell, it is to bring to your notice of our partnering institutes in the country that there are lots of opportunities which can be taken up jointly in the field of capacity building related to e-governance, cyber crimes, IPR, electronic sector, mobile computing, cloud computing, etc. In the month of August, when I joined, we had a backlog of around 1.1 lakh CC certificates which were to be distributed to youth which is related with the employment. We have taken a corrective action and we have decentralized the issuance of the CC certificate, and I do understand from the feedback from the students that as on date the backlog is for a period of 1 month. Even we are trying that will make the online issuance of a certificate, which means the moment a candidate appears for the CCC certificate examination, he gets the certificate online. We are also putting our efforts for NBQ alignment in accordance with the mandate given by the All India Council of Technical Education. Our institutes are expected to play a major role in this and convince the students that this is in their interest, as this will enhance their employability. With the mushrooming of private engineering colleges, private universities, we have got many challenges to face in running our OAB courses. Thus, it has become very essential for the NIELIT and their partners throughout the country to diversify their activities in other sectors. It is also a fact that capacity building is a never-ending project, because in the age of 2 or in the age of 60, still there is a scope of capacity building. Thus, we should not get worried and shall come out with new vision. एक चाह ही काफी है कुछ पाने के लिए, सैलाब तो आते हैं डराने के लिए. On this platform, I will like to mention that this is team effort of NIELIT and blessings of the DIT and support of accredited institutes, that we have a growth of 21% in our revenue this year, that is 2012 and 13, and a surplus of 33%. This is a very achievable record, I think, for the last 20 years of the NIELIT history. We have changed our tagline to digital literacy for all. Rather than saying that we want to do only ICT courses, we are saying now digital literacy for all. In the budget speech, Government of India has come out with a scheme for motivating the youth for going for skill development programs, where there is a provision of monetary reward of 10,000 per candidate subject to passing out of an exam and issuance of a certificate. A provision of 1,000 crore rupees has been earmarked in the budget. May I take the liberty of the Honorable Minister and the Secretary DIT to request so that NIELIT can also be given the role in the scheme for accreditation of the institutes, and especially looking to the background of NIELIT, which has already conducted online exam of 7 lakh employees for CC certificate, that this scheme for accreditation of institutes and certification of courses for evaluation of the students for issuance of certificates can be given to NIELIT. Also, we need blessings of the Honorable Minister and the Secretary DIT, and of course the members from the AICD, that we need to become Institute of National Importance like IITs and IIMs, where we need to say and we need to have freedom to run our own courses. Once again, before I close my speech, I will convey my sincere thanks to the Honorable Minister for Communication and Information Technology for his direction and support as and when required. Also to Secretary DIT and other senior officers of the DIT who have been very cooperative and extending their support as and when required in execution of projects given to NIELIT. In the end, I will say, जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी के कई इम्तिहान अभी बाकी हैं। अभी तो नापी मुट्ठी भर जमीन हमने, सारा आसमान भी अभी बाकी है। नमस्कार, जय हिंद।
Thank you, sir, for giving us a comprehensive account of the various programs which NIELIT has taken under its wider mandate now, and in the wake of the new challenges and the opportunities which are there and the new approach which is required towards it. And he said the road ahead is long and we continue with it on this path. Further, ladies and gentlemen, as he mentioned, NIELIT has been mandated by the Government of India towards capacity building in the area of e-governance. E-governance, as we all know, it is about taking these public services to the doorsteps of the people, extending transparency, accountability, and building a more healthy relationship between three entities, that is, the government, the businesses, and the citizens. Towards e-governance, as we already said, NIELIT has has various courses and programs which are towards empowering people and capacity building. May I now request Shri Rajiv Gauba, Additional Secretary of DAITY, who is heading the National E-Governance Program and rolling out various e-governance projects. NIELIT shall, in fact, always remain indebted to him for the initiatives which he has been taking and the programs and the support which he has also been extending to NIELIT towards capacity building in e-governance. Requesting now Shri Rajiv Gauba for his advice and his message.
Honorable Minister, Shri Kapil Sibal Sahab, respected Secretary, DAITY, Shri Satyanarayana Ji, Shri Ravi Shankar, Shri Sharma, friends and colleagues. Shri Ashmi Sharma would like the department to issue some kind of a directive linking flow of funds under e-governance schemes, plans, to mandatory testing and certification by NIELIT. I appreciate his enthusiasm, but let me assure him that this won't be necessary. I think other states will follow suit on their own, because the demand for ICT skills across departments, across state governments, across urban local bodies is set to grow exponentially. It's a cliched term, but I think I believe that this demand is set for a phenomenal growth. It's not just Jharkhand. A number of states have made ICT skills mandatory at the stage of recruitment for government staff. There are others which have linked these to promotions. Even where this has not been made mandatory, those who do not possess these skills will soon find themselves marginalized or find themselves becoming irrelevant. Because the business of the government is going to be transacted increasingly and almost entirely in the electronic mode. Some recent developments which somehow did not get the attention that they deserve, I would like to mention. Thanks to the dogged pursuit and leadership of our Honorable Minister, EDS bill was approved by the Union Cabinet late last month. This has been modified and revised after extensive discussion in the Parliament Standing Committee, and it will be a complement to the Citizen Charter Bill. This is going to be, once approved by the Parliament, a game changer. What does it entail? It entails that all states, all departments across the board will provide their services in electronic mode within a period of 5 years from now. This period, of course, could be extended if they have some difficulty by 3 years. But if we look at the landscape around us, we may not have to wait for 5 years. There are a number of states which have already gone ahead and not waited for this central legislation and have introduced or passed their own right to time-bound delivery of services acts. And earlier this month, J&K has introduced the electronic delivery of services rules. They have notified these rules. So, in time-bound delivery will necessarily mean switching over to electronic mode. And because there is no other way, without technology, just by increasing manpower, governments, departments will not be able to provide services in the time-bound manner. So this is one example which is going to be a game changer. Mr. Ravi Shankar is sitting here and is implementing an ambitious project under the leadership of our Honorable Minister, National Optical Fiber Network, a 20,000 crore project which will extend high-speed broadband down to each panchayat. And we in the Department of Electronics and IT are implementing a pilot project to demonstrate how this can be leveraged to provide services at the doorstep of the citizens, through hospitals, through schools, through veterinary centers, so on and so forth. 31 mission mode projects are being implemented. All this means that from the grassroots level, from the cutting edge level, from the level of the staff who will actually man the front end of the delivery of these services, to the implementational level, to those who will run these applications, to those who will design these projects and implement them, there will be a massive need for acquisition of ICT skills and e-governance related capacity building. Therefore, there is a huge opportunity for those who are in the business of providing ICT training and e-governance skills like NIELIT to scale up and to refashion themselves, which they are doing, and expand to cater to this phenomenal growth in the demand which is set to take place. And it is not just employees in the government, but even individuals, private citizens, who will need to acquire these skills if they want to access these services. The common service centers, for example, is a very major component of the National E-Governance Plan. But I look at them only as an interim arrangement, because eventually every citizen should be able to access these services without the intervention of an intermediary and get these services directly through their own personal devices, whether laptops or tablets or mobile phones. So this is the overall scenario, and it is not just the basic ICT skills which will be needed, or skills or capacity related to project preparation, formulation, implementation, or related to RFP, but even niche areas like security. Security related to the e-governance projects, which is comparatively neglected because we tend to be complacent. It does not even occur to us that when we are switching over to the electronic mode, there are serious security implications. The ease with which electronic files, electronic data can be wiped out or can be corrupted is much more easier than setting fire to a record room. So there is need also for courses in specialized areas of e-governance. Now, NIELIT is uniquely positioned to do this. It is a truly national institution. It has 23 offices, and ranging from Ajol to Ajmer, from Srinagar to Calicut. It has a network of 500 accredited institutions, and its expansion is on the anvil. New centers are coming up in Leh, for example, Bihta in Bihar. MOUs are being signed every month with state governments. So I hope and I assure the Honourable Minister that in the workshop that will follow the inaugural session, the roadmap for reinventing NIELIT and for creating new programs and how to move forward and respond to this emerging demand will be fleshed out, will be worked out in greater detail. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your support and for your guidance. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we seek the support and guidance of Shri N. Ravi Shankar, Administrator, USO Fund. As you must be aware, the USO Fund is a special fund which has been created by the Government of India to take the telegraph services to the people, to the remotest part of the country, and extending these services at affordable and reasonable prices. NIELIT, as already said, it has a tagline which is digital literacy for all, and towards it looks forward to the support of USO Fund. As already also said that Mr. N. Ravi Shankar is heading the NOFN project, which is once this project is going to be complete, it is going to be completely changing the way the services are extended. In fact, it is going to be connecting the whole of India, the society and community, and empowering people. And also further, as a former additional secretary of Diety, Shri N. Ravi Shankar was also in charge of the additional charge he had of the executive director of NIELIT, where he was instrumental in policy formulations and also the other planning towards NIELIT. He has also been responsible towards the policy planning on e-infrastructure, e-learning, and internet governance. So we now seek his support and guidance, inviting Shri N. Ravi Shankar.
Honorable Minister for Communications and IT, respected Secretary IT, Additional Secretary Shri Rajiv Gauba, ED NIELIT Dr. Ashwini Sharma, and distinguished delegates. It's my pleasure to be present here. I'm thankful to the gracious invitation of Dr. Ashwini Sharma. At the outset, I would like to say that एक कहावत है, जहाँ चाह वहाँ राह. That's an ambitious project of taking digital literacy all over India. And to ensure that it is done, the National Optical Fiber Network will be the instrumentality. So the Department of Telecom and the Department of IT are convergent within the Ministry of Communication and IT under the guidance and leadership of our Honorable Minister. And I'd just like to spell out this project of National Optical Fiber Network is nothing but broadband to panchayats. Today I think we get not more than 2 Mbps in the rural areas. As and when the rollout of the NOFN or the National Optical Fiber Network is there, we'll have almost 100 Mbps. Today, 58 Gram Panchayats across the country in Ajmer, in Visakhapatnam and North Tripura do have 100 Mbps as part of our pilot project. And as per the direction and guidance of our Honorable Minister, we are expected to roll out over the next year or so 250,000 Gram Panchayat. And we do hope that with the cooperation support of all the 3 participating CPSUs and the state government, we should be able to do so. I'd just like to make one small suggestion to NIELIT. 22 Indian languages you have brought out in text form, the CCC courses. At this juncture, I would like to suggest, since we are going to have high-speed broadband, it may be advisable for you to think, could it be made into video form, animation and gaming? I think make it more interesting. I think digital literacy will definitely catch up. We, from the Department of Telecom and the USOF, are trying to ensure that the deficit areas are covered with the necessary infrastructure. The NOFN is one particular project. Also, we are trying to see those villages which do not have any modicum of mobile coverage, they also do have coverage. And we in the Department of IT and Telecom can convergently work to see that the cost of devices are brought to affordable levels. Also the content is there so that the broadband capability that has been going to be rolled out, that is fully utilized. I wish NIELIT all the very best in the few years. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, NIELIT is also extending courses and capacity building in these areas of hardware and also towards component industry. And this, it is taking it forward towards the national policy which is there of electronics formulated by DATI. We have the distinct honor of being joined by Secretary of DATI, Shri J. Satyanarayana is with us. He's also the Chairman of the Management Board of NIELIT, and time and again, NIELIT has consulted him, taken his advice and guidance. Shri Satyanarayana, as you all know, he is a well-known authority in the area of e-governance, and he has spearheaded the National E-Governance Program as its Chairman. So would like to now request and invite him, inviting Shri J. Satyanarayana.
Honorable Minister for Communications and IT, the dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Ravi Shankar, Mr. Rajiv Gauba, Dr. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, all the distinguished invitees. First of all, I would like to compliment the MD NIELIT for putting together this event, which gives a very good opportunity for the entire community of NIELIT to come together and deliberate on what is the kind of roadmap that they should have for the next 1.5 years. It is, I think, in the true spirit of partnership that this workshop is being organized, because very clearly we recognize the fact that government alone cannot do this mammoth task of capacity building in this very, very vibrant and important sector like ICT. So partnership is the answer, and NIELIT has been conducting several courses in this partnership mode. While in this kind of a partnership, while the aspects relating to the content, the curriculum, and the quality of the skill development and education is the responsibility of the public sector, but the actual delivery at the field level will be that of the private sector. So this model has been working well, and we need to find ways and means of fine-tuning this model. I think a workshop like this is an excellent opportunity, because you have gone through it for years and you can bring on board your experience and give suggestions during the course of this workshop. In the area of ICT, I would like to mention one thing, that what we need is, for success, what we need is 6 C's. 6 C's in the sense of connectivity, capacity, content, capital, cyber law. So, in one of which is definitely the most important one, I would say, is the capacity. While Ravi Shankar is making efforts for taking connectivity to the remotest parts, to the Gram Panchayat level, then what next? What do you do with that connectivity? How can people make use of that connectivity? You need capacity there at all levels. So that is where the responsibility of organizations like NIELIT, or those working in the private sector, all of you, increases several times. When it is going from megabit to gigabit at the Gram Panchayat level, it is 1,000 times increased bandwidth. So our responsibility also increases 1,000 times, so as to produce or enhance the existing capacities 1,000 times. That is, I think, it is a timely action taken by us. We need to think how to multiply it 1,000 times in the months to come.
Now, the number of opportunities I would not say opportunity, I would say it is the need of the hour. Several needs are surfacing today. One is the requirement for the IT sector itself. By 2020, as per our policy, we need to create 10 million people skilled in the IT, which includes, I think, the security. Security is a very important area. About 500,000 of them should be having expertise in the security, cyber security also. That is on the one side. On the second side, we have the requirement of the electronic sector, on which we are giving a lot of emphasis. We need 28 million people because it's more employment intensive compared to the software side, because we need people at the shop floor level there in the various activities for the electronic manufacture. So the target there is, requirement there is 28 million. Besides that, we have needs for e-governance. And also, the motto of the IT policy is also to create one person in each family, to equip one person in each household with ICT skills, which is again a huge task at the grassroots level. Of course, the type of skills required in these various segments are different, but the numbers are so huge. That's what I want to place before you. So we need new kind of models if we need to multiply these numbers and meet these challenging requirements. And partnership is the key, whether it is partnership with franchises or partnership with the state governments, partnership with the industry, NGOs, and so on. So, NIELIT, I would appeal to the Managing Director that while he has opened up so many good activities in the last 7-8 months that has been here, I think the job is not over and a lot of challenges lie ahead. And to supplement this, we also at the higher levels we have been also designing programs to meet the high-end requirements, like the PhDs. We need 2,500 PhDs every year if we have to meet the innovation requirements of the country, the new products which meet the country's specific requirements. You need people at that apex level, PhD. That is one program. It's an advanced stage of design now. The other is to create, with all these hundreds of engineering colleges which produce IT and electronics graduates, it's not only number but quality. So we need to train the trainer or the faculty improvement program. We have designed and we are at an advanced stage of coming up with a scheme for establishing academies, ICT academies in all the states, whose job it is to improve the quality of the faculty that we have in these engineering colleges. That is another major program that will be unveiled in the current financial year. In addition, specific course for design, chip design, which is also one of the niche areas that needs attention. Special programs, SMDP program, we want to give a fillip and increase that. So all this will be placing additional load on institutions like NIELIT, and also the Sector Skill Council on the IT, which has been formed under the National Skill Development Council. I think it's also collectively the responsibility to look at these huge numbers and the requirements not only in quantity but also in quality. And time is the essence, as the earlier we roll out, the better. Now I have one more suggestion on this auspicious occasion to make to the MD. First of all, we need to also expedite and create the own campus for NIELIT, for which the land is already available, has been available with us, and probably at the next occasion we should celebrate in our own campus. Like this is one goal that I'm setting for him. And also a medium-term goal that given this kind of a large mandate, large canvas on which NIELIT has to operate, why not we plan for a NIELIT university so that it is a focused... The culmination of this effort and the quality, all those aspects, will go to the next higher level of recognition nationally and internationally. With these two loud wishes, loud thinking, and which is doable in a year's framework. So I wish the workshop all the success. I hope that you will come out freely and frankly with the field level situation, field realities during the workshops, and come with a set of suggestions which will help us serve you better. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your guidance and the support. And ladies and gentlemen, as respected Secretary said, that there's a mammoth task which we have in front of us towards educating people or taking these services to the people. And NIELIT is, of course, working towards it, and even towards capacity building in the government departments. NIELIT previously, it has signed various memorandum of understandings. Today, we are going to be having another MOU which is going to be signed between NIELIT and the Department of IT from the government of Jharkhand in the presence of the Honorable Minister. So I would like to request Mr. Siddiqui, Registrar of NIELIT, and from the Department of IT from the government of Jharkhand, requesting Shri Praveen Jha, Special Secretary, to kindly sign this MOU. This MOU, ladies and gentlemen, is towards capacity building. In fact, the government of Jharkhand had expressed its interest to NIELIT to conduct examinations, online examinations for the employees of Jharkhand government. It is unique to note that this MOU also provides for increments to those employees who are declared successful in the online IT literacy assessment conducted by NIELIT. As such, it is envisaged that this MOU would be a force multiplier in creating capacity by addressing the IT literacy needs of all employees of the Jharkhand government. And may I now request Mr. Siddiqui and Mr. Jha to kindly step on the stage and exchange the MOUs in the presence of the Honorable Minister. Thank you, sir, and congratulations to NIELIT and also to the government of Jharkhand. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the most awaited moment of this inaugural ceremony, and that is the presentation of the awards. As already stated, today we are going to be presenting awards, prizes to the meritorious students, to the accredited institutes, and also the employees of NIELIT. NIELIT strongly believes that all these people have been extending outstanding contribution towards the mission and the vision of NIELIT, and they need to be acknowledged, appreciated, and recognized on this kind of a platform. For this is definitely going to be acting as a source of motivation and inspiration to all the people who are getting the prizes and awards today, and for the others also to follow suit. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first award, this is for the first rank holders of OA, B and C level examinations. I would like to request the Honorable Minister to kindly do the honor of presenting these awards. This award, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this is the first rank holders. The first winner here who had taken the exam in the year 2012, the winner of the level C, Begi K. Matthew. Under this, a certificate of merit and a check of rupees 20,000 each is going to be presented. The next level B, Vandana Kumari. In level A, I'll take the names so that you can join us here. Mukesh Rawat, who took the exam in January 2012. Aishwarya Mishra, July 2012. That was level A. In level O, Shikha. Exam she had taken in January 2012. And again in level O, Vartika Pandey. She took the exam in July 2012. They are being presented a certificate of merit and a cheque of rupees 21,000 each. And the next award, ladies and gentlemen, we award a trophy. This is for the accredited institutes for their outstanding performance in the year 2012 from the East region, ladies and gentlemen, the Institute NIELIT Jadavpur University campus. We have been joined by Mr. A.K. Chandra, and from the North region, we have the award conferred on Uptech Computer Consultancy Limited, inviting Mr. Upendra. This is a trophy which is being rewarded. Would like to request the awardees to kindly step forward a little fast so that we can acknowledge and appreciate. Thank you to the Honourable Minister. And to present the next award, I would like to request Shri J. Satyanarayana, respected Secretary. This is for the second rank holders of OA, B and C level examinations. And here we first award the meritorious students. Ayman Zehra, who took the exam in 2012. Kumari Jaya, again in January 2012. Sakshi Chavra, July 2012. Parvinder Kumar Maurya, January 2012, and Tulasi BS, July 2012. They are being awarded a certificate of merit and cheque of rupees 15,000 each. And after recognizing the students, we now recognize our NIELIT officers. First, the Best Administrative Knowledge on Rules and Regulations category. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, here is Shri M.I. Siddiqui. And we also have the Best Female Officer and the Best Male Officer. So the Best Female Officer award goes to Ms. G. Sridevi. And the Best Male Officer, Shri Anurag Kumar. And it is also necessary that when you come for work, you are dressed fine. And so there is an award for the Best Dressed Officer, Best Dressed Employee Male. And under this, we have the winner, Shri S.C. Dhyani. Shri S.C. Dhyani, the Best Dressed Employee Male, presenting them the memento. Last for this. We thank Shri J. Satyanarayana for presenting these awards. And now for the third rank holders, would like to request Shri N. Ravishankar to kindly present the awards. These are the third rank holders of OA, B and C level. And the winner here, Imtiaz Ahmed Sofi, who took the exam in 2012. Manika Singhal took the exam in January 12. For O level, Amit Chaube, who took the exam in January 12. He has not joined us, but we have been joined by his father, Mr. Subhash Chandra Chaube, receiving the award. And Indraneel Mondal, who took the exam in July 2012. The next award is for the directors and employees of NIELIT. Thank Shri N. Ravishankar and would like to now request Shri Rajiv Gauba. Here we present, as I said, the awards to the directors and employees. And first we have the best male staff, the winner, Shri Kamal Sachdeva. The best male staff, Shri Kamal Sachdeva. Best female staff, Ms. Salma Praveen Ayubi. The best female staff, Ms. Salma Praveen Ayubi. Most regular employee, Shri Rahul Roop Rai. And now the best dressed employee in the female. We've already given to the male. The best dressed female employee, Ms. Neelu Bali. This is to encourage and motivate all the employees, the directors, and people who are associated with NIELIT. So congratulations to all the winners and thanking Shri Rajiv Gauba. And now may I request and invite our Honorable Minister, Shri Kapil Sibal ji, for his inaugural address.
Secretary Satyanarayana ji, Rajiv Gauba ji, Ravi Shankar ji, Dr. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, distinguished representatives of institutions, award winners, and the omnipresent media. I think you've heard a lot about the programs that are being offered. You've heard a lot about the progress that has been made. And it is unfortunate that we are holding this workshop after about 10 years. These workshops should be held far more often so that we can interact with institutions, with NIELIT, with young people, and discuss issues that impact the future of the country. But let me just give you an overview of what the country is facing today. We'll talk about the nitty-gritty a little later. India by 2030 will have 1.5 billion people. By 2030. India will add 100 million people to the workforce, which is more than the combined workforce of Great Britain, Germany, and one other country, by 2020. Now, if you add 100 million people to the workforce and they are unskilled, you can imagine the consequences of that. C.R. Prahlad, the management guru, he said, India needs at least 500 million people who are skilled by 2022, when India turns 75. And we need 200 million people in India, 250 million people who are graduates and who have degrees by 2022. Now, if that doesn't happen, and we have young people who are unskilled, who cannot get jobs, then that itself is a threat to democracy. And therefore, as we sit here today, we should not be thinking in terms of what we are doing at the micro level. We should be thinking in terms of what is our role in the context of a national effort. And in a sense, therefore, you are participating in that great national effort. Just yesterday, we held the second meeting of the group of ministers set up by the Prime Minister to integrate 17 different Government of India departments which deal with skills, and to set up an agency, set up a system through which this whole process can be integrated. Because this needs a massive national effort. And IT is just one part of it. Mr. Ramodarai, who has been actually leading, the advisor to the Prime Minister, who has been leading the charge on skills, I had a meeting with him yesterday. And I said that we must have a brainstorming session with NIELIT, with the captains of the IT sector, and with various stakeholders to understand and to charter out the future course of action. And hopefully we will hold that meeting as quickly as possible. Skills is not just about certification. And I believe there are about 550 institutions that have been certified by NIELIT. But I think the need of the hour is to exponentially expand the number of institutions that can be certified. And if you can do it in the course of 1 year, expand this 550 to 1,500, and I don't think that's an impossible task, then I think you will exponentially expand the opportunities for our young, especially in the context of the needs of the IT sector. So I request you to consider this and see if you can achieve that expansion in the course of the next 1 year. Of course, one of the ways you can do it is that for those who are passing out, and you say about 4 lakh people are now enrolled in your courses and they will pass out, then let some of those people within the 4 lakh become entrepreneurs. Let some of them set up institutions themselves and train other young people. And you could think in terms of a scheme that any entrepreneur amongst this 4 lakh who wants to set up an institution can do so, and you will arrange a loan from the bank for him to set up that institution, and you can tie up, say, with the State Bank of India and offer that opportunity to our young who are sitting here and who will pass out in the years to come. Because we have to really think somewhat differently than we have in the past, and innovatively. And that's really the way to move forward. So as I was saying, this issue is not just about certification. In the context of the 21st century today, learning is a lifelong process. It is no longer getting a certification or getting a particular certificate. and then sitting on your laurels and hoping that you will, on the basis of that certificate, continue to get high-quality employment in the years to come. On the contrary, learning today being a lifelong process, you have to constantly upgrade your skills, because the nature of the IT sector is such that the nature of technology changes. As Moore's law has demonstrated, that integrated circuits double every 18 to 24 months. And this has happened in the last 45 years. So if that happens, and there's been 30 doublings of computational technology over the last several years, then obviously you need to be constantly on the move. Now that is a big challenge. It's a challenge for he or she who has the skill. It's a challenge for the institution, and it's also a challenge for the certifying agency. Because you have to then set up a system of constantly upgrading not just the skills that you give, but looking into the future and see what skills will be needed in the IT sector and in certain sectors of the economy in the years to come. So you must have a research set up within NIELIT to be looking at that, which is why I thought that for NIELIT to become an institution of national importance would be the ideal way forward, because if that happens, then Government of India would be offering you money for research, just as they do for IITs and other such institutions which are institutions of national importance. Because I think without that element of research, you will not be able to constantly change the curriculum. Because remember, skills is about two elements. It's about the academic content, which is relevant for the present and for the future in times to come. And then it's about acquiring skills in the context of the absorption of that, the academic work that you do. So it's a interplay between academics and, of course, the skills that you acquire for the purposes of translating those academics into skills. And therefore, this constant change is absolutely necessary if you want to move forward. It's very important for India in particular, and I'll tell you why. We hope that India in the 12th plan, and during the course of the 13th plan as well, will grow at least at 8, 9, if not 10%. Now for India to grow at an average of 8%, say 8%, when agriculture will grow at only 4%, this year in the 11th plan it grew at 3.7%. But if you take a constant of 4%, which is very good on the agricultural side, then these secondary and tertiary sectors, that is the manufacturing and the service sectors, must grow at least 11, 12% to get you an average of 8%. Because a large part of your population lives in rural areas. So you get that average, you have to get the secondary and the tertiary sector to grow at 11 to 12%. Now for that sector to grow at 11 to 12%, skills become, which is the secondary sector, becomes exceptionally, it's the tertiary sector which becomes exceptionally important. Now we're not just talking about IT skills. You will see that IT skills will be integrated into other kinds of skills. Satyanarayan talked about manufacturing chips in India. We are soon taking 2 proposals to the Government of India for the setting up of entities for prefab manufacturing of chips. Now, once these are set up, and hopefully the chips will be manufactured in India by 2014, 2015, you can imagine the impact that will have on industry, consumer industries and other industries which will use chips. And in terms of value alone, by 2020, the consumer electronics industry, in terms of value, will be of the order of $400 billion. And if we start manufacturing chips at home, and our software engineers do the design, and you have embedded software, it will change the entire electronics manufacturing sector. That's why institutions like NIELIT would be actually concentrating on the manufacturing side as well. The electronics systems and design management, which is exceptionally essential for India to grow, because remember, unless manufacturing grows, we'll not get jobs for our young. The service sector by itself cannot provide and cannot absorb the 100 million workforce that I'm talking about. It will not be able to do so because it will not expand as much as manufacturing will, which needs to absorb much more of the workforce. And Satyanarayanji said that by 2020, 28 million people will have to be employed on the manufacturing side, in electronics manufacturing itself. And we've put in place several incentives for investors to come into electronics manufacturing through electronic clusters and other policies, which I'm sure during the course of the workshops we will all talk about. So what NIELIT needs to do is to expand its vision and its horizon. What it needs to do is to envision the future, understand the future, and then try and grasp it by setting up, allowing institutions, empowering institutions to do those courses and then recognizing those institutions. And this, of course, fits in very well with the budget speech of the finance minister when he said that any kid who gets a certification like this will be given 10,000 rupees. So there's an incentive actually to be certified by appropriate certified agencies. And today we cannot even imagine the nature of skills that will be required in the IT sector in the years to come. So I think the institutions themselves must start reinventing themselves. Not just NIELIT should be reinventing itself, the institutions themselves should be reinventing themselves in the context of the needs of the future. And so for that we need not one workshop in 10 years, but 10 workshops in 1 year. Because unless you have this dialogue, see, how do you get to know what is required in the market? You only get to know what is required in the market if you ask the market. And the kid who actually goes to an institution actually does a bit of research and tries to find out when he'll get a job and at which place he'll get a job. So if he doesn't find a course which is appropriate to his needs, he will not come to you. So you need to talk to kids. You need to talk to industry. And you need to talk to academic institutions. And the great thing that's happening in India is that we started talking to each other. And that's why we are here today. That we have started really having a dialogue with each other to see how we can realize not just your dreams, the dreams of entrepreneurs, the dreams of NIELIT as an institution, but the dream of India. That we need to convert our unskilled young people into skilled people. And they should have the opportunity to hone their skills constantly in a lifelong learning process. That really is the need of the hour. Now, all these other projects, like Ravi was talking about NOFEN, which he is in charge. Rajiv talked about your other project, the e-governance project, which he is in charge. Satyanarayanji talked about manufacturing. Now, all these fit into a structure. Unless I am able to lay fiber optic network and connect 250,000 Gram Panchayats, your 100 MBBS capacity will not work. And unless that doesn't work, your data flow will not be possible. So we need to build that highway. So NOFEN is essential for all our IT programs. The e-governance program actually rests on NOFEN. If there is no NOFEN, there is no e-governance. So it rests on the shoulders of NOFEN. Now you can have no-fin and you can have e-governance, but if your devices are expensive, then the e-governance and no-fin will not reach the consumer. How will they reach the consumer if your 3G device is 15,000 rupees? People will not be able to buy. The reason why we have 1 billion phones almost, mobile phones in this country, is because the cost of a mobile phone is accessible and affordable. So therefore you need at all ends the access devices to be reasonable in terms of its cost. So you need tablets like the Akash to cost 2,500 or 1,500 rupees. It's only then that our kids can get access and then access all the programs that we are talking about. In other words, they can get access through e-education. They can access material. They can learn themselves. And then you will have several software solutions for that. That's where the IT sector comes in a big way. You will have e-medicine flowing through the highway. Somebody in a remote village or in a primary healthcare center can get access to high quality service through e-medicine. It's only then that the agriculturist should know or will know when he should grow his crop, when the rain is going to come, whether his crop needs fertilizers or not, what is the calorific value of the soil at that point in time, whether it needs more water or not. And added on to that will be GIS technologies. That is, everything will be three-dimensional. I mean, kids should be able to sit in their desk and wade through institutions to find out which institution the kid wants to go to. All this should be available to you through GIS technology, but look at the opportunities. I'm sure you haven't even thought about GIS and setting up courses in GIS. On the entertainment front, huge possibilities. India will be the biggest entertainment industry in the world. So what we need is a vision for each institution. NIELIT should not be an institution which mechanically accredits institutions and gives certificates. That's mechanical. Institutions need to transform themselves into visionary platforms for the future of India. How do they view the landscape of tomorrow in the context of jobs for our young? The key to progress is jobs for our kids. And unless we move in that direction very fast, because we cannot afford jobless people on the streets. This is the great experiment that is going on in India. Siddiqui Saab, at the beginning of his introduction, talked about hoping to get some news from the media tomorrow morning. Well, Siddiqui is quite mistaken. Well, unless I say something controversial, there will be no news. The good never reaches the people because the good doesn't sell. We need to change that mindset as well. We need to change the mindset of our country. We are a great nation. And we should be proud of that. We should not feel that we don't have either the capacity or the confidence to match anybody in the world. We have both the capacity and the confidence. And NIELIT is one important element in that chain which will take India forward. Good luck to you.
We thank the Honourable Minister for his very insightful message and guidance which he has extended to NIELIT. In fact, he spoke about the encashing on the huge demographic dividend which India has, which is of course going to be ever increasing also. So how can we skill them, how can we educate them, how we can empower them? And then the objective of education is not just raising students, it is more about creating and raising visionaries. Need to bring our growth back on the track which he mentioned, and then towards that we need to have on this highway which is going to be created through NOFIN, we need to have skilled drivers to keep the traffic rolling and in a proper way. And that skilled drivers are going to be coming from NIELIT. So NIELIT is now going to be having a more pronounced role and a more efficient role towards it. Thanking once again the Honourable Minister for instilling a lot of confidence among each and everyone who's present here with his message. So as expression of thanks, may I request Dr. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, the Managing Director of NIELIT, to kindly present a memento, a token of thanks in regards to the Honourable Minister. If I can request Dr. Sharma to kindly present the memento to the Honourable Minister, thanking on behalf of everyone present here. Thanking Shri J. Satyanarayana. Our thanks to Shri N. Ravi Shankar. And NIELIT would also like to place its thanks to Shri Rajiv Gauba. So once again, on behalf of all of you, ladies and gentlemen, we thank our distinguished dignitaries, our eminent speakers of this inaugural session for extending their guidance, the support and their insights. And with this we conclude this session. We have now tea and coffee, and request to the Honourable Minister to kindly join us for tea and coffee if the time permits.